Captain Carter stood tall on the bridge of the USS Ortega, his gaze fixed on the holo display showcasing the vast expanse of space and the luminous sphere that was Orillian Prime. He exhaled deeply, feeling the weight of the decisions he was about to make.
Today,
he began, his voice echoing with authority across the command deck.
We define the future of humanity in this galaxy.
Raising his arm, Carter gestured to the sprawling star map. Lines of trajectory, fleet positions, and strategic hotspots glowed in vibrant colors.
I want a split formation,
he ordered.
Sigma Fleet will engage their orbiting vessels, while Alpha Fleet will concentrate on weakening their planetary shields.
The officers around him nodded in acknowledgement, orchestrating the massive human fleet's movements with a series of commands. The void of space hummed with energy as ships maneuvered, lasers adjusted, and the fleet readied for a confrontation of epic proportions. Within minutes, the choreographed assault began. Sigma Fleet, with its battle-hardened dreadnoughts and frigates, swooped in on the Orillian defense line. Their approach was that of a deadly dance, swift feints, brutal assaults, and evasive maneuvers executed with precision. The Orillians were stalwart defenders of their home, but they were caught off balance by the human strategy. Blinding flashes of light, trails of torpedo fire, and beams of destructive energy weaved a tapestry of chaos in the orbit of their planet. On the other side of the battleground, Alpha Fleet began its ruthless barrage on the planet's shields. Massive artillery ships, designed to crack open fortified worlds, unleashed volleys of charged particles and ballistic missiles on the shield's weak points. Each impact resonated with a visual shimmer, a testament to the shield's weakening integrity. Back on the USS Ortega, Captain Carter's gaze shifted between both fronts, ensuring coordination and relaying commands when necessary. He couldn't help but marvel at the tactical beauty in front of him. The human ships danced like avenging angels, their wings bathed in the fiery glow of propulsion engines and weapon discharges. A young officer approached Captain Carter, her face pale but eyes sharp.
Sir, initial reports from Sigma Fleet. We've taken out 3 of their primary command ships, and several more are heavily damaged.
A hint of a smile touched Carter's lips, but he didn't let the initial success distract him.
And Alpha Fleet?
Making progress, Captain. The planetary shield is showing signs of strain. We estimate another 20 minutes of sustained fire should create a breach.
In the vastness of space, amidst the luminous ballet of destruction, one message became clear. Humanity wasn't just here to fight. They were here to dominate. The Orillian vessels, though formidable and advanced, struggled against the two-pronged assault. Wreckage of destroyed ships became a grim testament to human ingenuity and resolve. Captain Carter's communicator buzzed to life, and the face of Admiral Jensen appeared.
Carter,
he began, his voice laced with a mix of satisfaction and caution.
Your strategy is working, but remember, we've only just begun. Stay vigilant.
I intend to, Admiral,
Carter replied with a steely glint in his eye. He gazed out at Orillian Prime, its beauty marred by the shadows of conflict. But in his heart, he believed that the sacrifices of today would pave the way for a brighter future. And as the human fleet pressed on, the universe watched, witnessing the rise of a new power in the galaxy. Amid the vast expanse of chaotic warfare and the cacophony of explosions, Captain Carter's attention was drawn to a specific tactical readout: the Orillian Valiance, the crown jewel of the Orillian fleet and their primary flagship. Its size was imposing and its armament unparalleled. Yet where many saw invincibility, Carter saw opportunity.
Commander Vault.
Carter's voice was purposeful.
Assemble the Spectre Squadron. We're going to make a statement.
Commander Vault, a gruff veteran with scars that told tales of countless battles, nodded with understanding.
Understood, Captain. The USS Talon, USS Marauder, USS Javelin, and USS Tempest are ready to engage.
The chosen vessels, part of the elite Spectre Squadron, were known for their speed, precision, and deadly impact. Their mission was clear: target and disable the Orillian Valiance. With seamless coordination, the quartet of ships moved into formation. They approached from different vectors, ensuring the flagship's defenses would be spread thin. Like synchronized dancers, they weaved around enemy fire, their singular goal clear in their trajectory. As they neared the behemoth vessel, the USS Talon launched a barrage of disruptive torpedoes, targeting the flagship's shield generators. Almost simultaneously, The USS Marauder sent a hail of energy bolts, aiming for the ship's primary engines. The USS Javelin and USS Tempest worked in tandem, sending out a barrage of electromagnetic pulses designed to confuse and cripple the flagship's internal systems. The Orillian Valiance, for all its might, was taken by surprise. Its shields flickered, struggled, and finally dimmed, succumbing to the relentless onslaught. Moments later, a series of explosions rocked its aft section, signaling the demise of its primary engines. On the USS Ortega, cheers erupted as the strategic display showed the flagship's faltering status. But Captain Carter, while satisfied, watched intently. The once mighty Orilian Valiance, now a crippled giant, began a slow, agonizing descent toward Orillian Prime. As it entered the planet's atmosphere, its metallic hull heated up, giving it the appearance of a falling star. Streaks of fire trailed behind it, painting a hauntingly beautiful yet tragic tableau across the sky. The mighty vessel, once a symbol of Orillian dominance, was now a testament to human resolve and strategy. Captain Carter, his gaze following the descending behemoth, murmured to himself,
"May your fall remind all that hubris comes at a cost."
The bridge remained silent, save for the hum of machinery and distant echoes of battle. The sight of the Orillian Valiance's descent was both a victory and a somber reminder of the stakes at hand. Breaching the bastion. The space surrounding Orillian Prime was awash in electric blue arcs as the planet's formidable defense shield absorbed volley after volley of human weaponry. The shield, a marvel of Orillian engineering, was designed to withstand the worst of cosmic onslaughts. But Captain Carter's strategy was not one of brute force, it was of precision.
"Focus on the nodes,"
shouted Lieutenant Joran from the USS Paladin's weapon station. He was referring to the key points in the shield matrix, previously identified by human intelligence as the shield's weak links. Bright beams of concentrated energy, like massive laser scalpels, pierced the vastness of space, converging on the shield nodes from different directions. Each hit caused ripples, like stones thrown into a pond. The network of nodes started to blink erratically, indicating they were buckling under the pressure. On the bridge of the USS Ortega, an ensign's voice filled the air.
"Incoming vessels detected. Hundreds of them. ETA 3 hours."
Captain Carter's eyes darted to the tactical screen, the approaching blips signaling the next challenge.
Our window is narrowing.
He mused aloud.
All units intensify the bombardment. We need those shields down now.
Minutes felt like hours, but persistence paid off. A triumphant shout echoed.
"We have a breach."
The protective barrier over Orillian Prime flickered and in areas disappeared altogether, revealing the world below. This was the moment they'd been waiting for.
All troop carriers commence descent. Fighters form escort formation. Protect those transports at all costs,
commanded Carter. From the cold, dark void of space, a swarm of human ships dived towards the planet. Massive troop transports, their hulls gleaming in the ambient light of Orillian Prime's sun, were flanked by nimble fighter crafts. Their engines left trails of luminescent exhaust, creating a scene of chaotic beauty. Down they went, through the turquoise skies of the alien world, the wind howling past them. Orillian anti-aircraft batteries came to life, sending flak and projectiles skyward, but the human fighters were prepared, executing evasive maneuvers while shooting down threats, ensuring a relatively safe path for the larger carriers. As they approached the ground, vast cities with towering spires came into view. The urban landscape of Orillian Prime was awe-inspiring, a fusion of nature and advanced architecture. But today, these cities would witness conflict. Troop carriers touched down on wide boulevards and open plazas, their ramps lowering with haste. Out poured legions of human soldiers, their armor reflecting the unfamiliar hues of the Orillian environment. Their objective was singular, the grand structure that housed the Orillian Prime Council. It stood tall amidst the cityscape, a symbol of Orillian governance and power. But even as the first human boot touched Orillian soil and the march began, Captain Carter was all too aware of the clock ticking down. The reinforcements were coming. Their mission had to succeed, and swiftly. For in this game of cosmic chess, time was as much an adversary as the Orillian forces themselves. Amidst the chaos, Captain Carter felt a pressing weight on his chest. A responsibility, not only for the lives of his soldiers, but also for the millions on the planet that would be affected by the coming hours. Standing tall on the bridge of the USS Ortega, he motioned to his communications officer.
Open a channel to Captain Dranit's ship.
There was a brief moment of static before the imposing figure of Captain Dranit appeared on the main view screen. The Orillian captain's face bore the strain of battle.
Dranit,
Carter began, his voice firm but not without a hint of compassion.
look around you. Our forces are on your soil. Our ships dominate the space above. And it's only a matter of time before we reach the Council. This doesn't have to go further. No more lives need to be lost.
Dranit seemed to ripple with contained emotion.
You expect us to bow down after you invade our home? After you threaten our very existence?
Carter's gaze didn't waver.
I expect you to see reason. This isn't about dominance or power, it's about survival for both our races. We can still find a middle ground, but that starts with stopping the bloodshed now.
Dranit's stare bore into Carter's, the silence between them thick with tension. Finally, the Orillian captain spoke, his voice cold but measured.
You may have the upper hand now, human, but this is far from over. Every Orillian will fight to the last breath to defend our home.
Captain Carter nodded solemnly.
I respect your resolve, Dranit. But remember, every moment this drags on, more lives are at stake on both sides.
Closing the transmission, Captain Carter looked out into the vastness of space, hoping against hope that reason would prevail over pride. Please take a moment to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and like this video.